Hello, my name is Steve Snap with CloudArc, and I'm going to share some important details about how to cancel your Salesforce subscription. This will include where to look in Salesforce for key details about your contract and how to extract your data. Before I show you these screens in Salesforce, I want you to know that Salesforce just created a new program for clients who are canceling to save them money by only paying for the features they actually use. Many customers are frustrated like you, and the executive team has created the OSP program to prevent customer attrition. OSP means outsourced service provider, and it allows select partners to clearly define what you are using and then reduce your cost by choosing the right license. Salesforce recognizes that this is not a skill many of their salespeople have, and many customers have paid a much higher price than needed for what they are using. We were recently hand-selected to join the OSP, and this has allowed us to save some clients close to 50% by looking at what they are actually using and then selecting a license that meets the current need with no extra fluff. You might be past that point in your process, so in the next section, I'll show you some key details you will want to be aware of before you notify Salesforce. Right after that, I'm going to show you what we look for during our free health check to identify what you use and how to save you money. You can use this same approach to determine if you might have some cost savings that might help you stay with Salesforce. Let's start with your key contract details. Under the company information page in Salesforce Setup, the first thing we want to identify is the expiration date of your org. This date is very important because it identifies both the expiration date and the 30-day renewal window. The expiration date is what you see under expiration date, and the renewal window starts exactly 30 days before that. One nuance that many customers do not understand is that your Salesforce contract auto-renews when this renewal window opens. So your contract auto-renews 30 days before your expiration date. If you want to cancel, you must notify Salesforce in writing 30 days before the expiration date. If you plan on making changes instead of canceling, you need to request that your contract not auto-renew in writing before this date. I recommend using 60 days as your target date for an email to your direct rep, canceling the auto-renewal or the subscription. This will ensure you have all the options available to make changes up to your contract expiration date. Another very important detail is making sure you export all your data before your expiration date. I'm going to show you how to export all the data into a zip file that you can then use for import into another system. In this video, I only show you how to export the data. I don't show the details of how to import into another system. From Classic or Lightning, go to the setup screen and in the quick find type data export. Select the data export link and click export now. Click include images, documents, and attachments, and click include Salesforce files and Salesforce CRM content document versions, and click include all data. Select start export. The export may take some time, and generally you will get an email when it's done and you can download all the exported files. If I don't get an email in a few hours, I usually check back to get the data, but I do recommend you do this 1 to 2 times before the end of the contract just to make sure you have everything. You will also want to review this data before your contract officially ends. It's a big zip file with CSV files for each object, so you want to have some idea of how you'll re-import and join various objects together like accounts and contacts. Sometimes I recommend clients cancel all but one user so they can still get to the data if something happens after the export. Next, I want to help you determine if you can save money and still stay with Salesforce. All these concepts that I'm about to share are included when we do a free health check for a client. If you'd like to do a free health check to evaluate your options, see the link in the description. During the health check, I'm looking to see if we can apply what we call value design. Value design is based on the idea that we only want to pay for what we use and not pay for additional features or generic capabilities that our team doesn't need. Most of our customers who save 30 to 50% on their Salesforce licenses find the savings in this next section by finding usage gaps. The usage gap means you're paying for a license type that you don't need. I'll show you how we determine what you're actually using and then how to select the license that fits your current need at the lowest price. It's helpful here to introduce some history that many customers are not aware of. About 10 years ago, Salesforce added a new license type known as Force.com that is now called Salesforce Platform. Platform includes the core functions of Salesforce, such as accounts, contacts, custom objects, reports and dashboards, chatter, and mobile. 90% of what you use every day is platform. On top of the platform, Salesforce layers on generic sales and service features they call Sales and Service Cloud. For sales, these generic objects include leads, opportunities, and campaigns. And for service, it includes cases, solutions, and knowledge. These licenses are labeled simply Salesforce, and this is the Sales and Service Cloud license. Generally speaking, the Salesforce Direct team mostly sells Sales and Service Cloud, so if you purchase Salesforce from a direct rep, then you almost certainly have Sales or Service Cloud. So why should you care? Because the list price for platform is $1,200 a year and Sales Cloud is $2,000. So for 50 users, Sales Cloud will cost you $100,000, platform $60. And at the end, I'll share a special offer that we've been authorized to provide to customers at risk of canceling. So why have you never heard of platform? The short answer is the direct team historically sold Sales Cloud exclusively and almost never introduced Value Design or Salesforce Platform. I'm sad to say that I've even heard some stories of direct reps telling consulting partners who reps bring into deals to never discuss or recommend platform. So now that you have an idea that there might be some serious savings, how do you determine what you really use? For this, I want to look at the storage usage. From the company information page, click the Data View link. This screen shows you all the objects in Salesforce sorted by usage. What I'm looking for in this section is what objects are used and how are they used. Most objects, as I said earlier, will work with platform for $1,200, but the generic sales and service objects require $2,000. Remember, these generic objects are leads, opportunities, campaigns, cases, solutions, and knowledge. Only these generic objects require you to pay $2,000. Everything else will work with platform. Next, for any of the generic objects that are used, I will look at how the generic object is used. For example, I might see that generic opportunities are being used. Now I want to discover how these opportunities are really being used. If they just use 4 fields, let's say opportunity name, close date, potential, and sales stage, I can easily replace this with a custom object that works on platform and has these 4 fields and still have all the dashboards, reports, chatter, mobile, etc. for $60,000 versus $100,000. Remember, platform allows you to create unlimited custom objects, reports, dashboards, activity, and chatter, all the core features. So I can choose how to design my Salesforce using these features instead of generic objects and design savings or value into my org. This is exactly what value design is. Many customers have significant savings on the table, and by making simple changes, if any, they can design savings into their Salesforce. And remember, it's not just saving 1 year, but every year you renew. I mentioned earlier that we offer a free health check that will outline how much money you can save with value design. But we have another special offer for customers who are at risk. As I said above, the list price for Sales Cloud is $2,000 and platform is $1,200. Under this special offer, we have been authorized to provide value design using Salesforce Platform for $960 per user per year. This will include the value design and data migration of up to 3 generic objects free of charge. In the earlier example of Sales Cloud, I said that 50 users is $2,000 per user would be $100,000. Under this value design program, 50 users would be $960 per user or $48,000. That's $48,000 versus $100,000 by simply selecting the right tool for the way that you run your business. Please click the link in the description for the free health check or email us at healthcheck@cloudarc.com. We look forward to getting to know you better. See you soon. Thank you.